one more point. You all learning the Qur'an, isn't it? You all learning the Qur'an? Who's learning? Who's the Qur'an already? Put your hand up. MashaAllah. That's very good. Now, you are learning the Qur'an. Do you know that the Qur'an has been revealed in different methods? Have you heard of that? In different qira'ah. Maybe few of you may have heard. So, those who are learning the Qur'an, do you know what riwayah you are reading or you are learning? The one you are being taught by a teacher, which riwayah is it? According to? Anyone? Maybe the H class student, yes? Hafs, MashaAllah, well done, very good. You know, Hafs, very good, well done. And today I will recite slightly differently, is according to Imam Warsh. Imam Warsh. So his mad, he is longer, he's one of the longest, so you may observe that's some slight variation, inshallah. So I'll recite in fact from Surah Al-Israel, and the first pages of the surah is actually talking about Al-Isra wal Mikraj. The first ayah especially is regarding Al-Isra wal Mikraj. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير وآتينا موسى الكتاب وجعلناه هدى لبني إسرائيل ألا تتخذوا من دوني وكيلا ذرية من حملنا مع نوح إنه كان عبدا شكورا وقضينا إلى بني إسرائيل في الكتاب لتفسدن في الأرض مرتين ولتعلن علوا كبيرا فإذا جاء وعد أولاهما بعثنا عليكم عبادا لنا أولي بأس شديد فجاسوا خلال الديار وكان وعدا مفعولا ثم رددنا لكم الكرة عليهم وأمددناكم بأموال وبنين وجعلناكم أكثر نفيرا إن أحسنتم حصيرا عسى ربكم أن يرحمكم وإن عدتم عدنا وجعلنا جهنم للكافرين حصيرا إن هذا القرآن يهدي للتي هي أقوم ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا كبيرا وأن الذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة أعتدنا لهم عذابا أليما صدق الله العظيم.
So, inshallah, first we will give a very concise, very brief, very basic information about Al-Isra and Mikraj. So every student here, inshallah, I need him or her today to learn 5 facts. How many facts? 5. How many? 5. Yes. So the first fact is, when was Al-Isra wal Mikraj? So Al-Isra wal Mikraj was before Al-Hijrah, before the migration of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam from Mecca to Medina. So when was Al-Isra wal Mikraj? Before Al-Hijrah. Before Al-Hijrah. The second fact we need to know, what is the meaning of Al-Isra? Al-Isra means the night journey. The night journey. And the journey was between Al-Masjid al-Haram in Mecca to Al-Masjid al-Aqsa in Palestine. So the second fact is the meaning of Al-Isra. What is the meaning of Al-Isra? The night journey between Al-Masjid, the night journey between this. Everyone will be tested in this, inshallah, and I will ensure the headmaster to check this tomorrow, inshallah. The second fact, Al-Isra means the night journey between, yes, you, Al-Masjid al-Haram, can you say it? Yeah, so the starting point was Al-Masjid al-Haram. The starting point is, everyone can say it, please. Al-Masjid al-Haram. So between Al-Masjid al-Haram and Al-Masjid al-Aqsa. Al-Masjid al-Haram in Mecca, yes. And Al-Masjid al-Aqsa in Palestine, yes. And this journey happens in the day or in the night? Okay, so this is the second fact. The second fact is Al-Isra, which is a night journey between Al-Masjid al-Haram and Al-Masjid al-Aqsa. The third fact that we need to know is Al-Mi'raj, which is the ascension of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam from the earth to the heavens. Okay? So what is the meaning of Al-Mi'raj? Yeah? Anyone knows? Yes? Yes. The journey for Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam from the earth to the heaven. The fourth fact that we need to know, what is the name of the animal or creature that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made for this journey? What is the name? Anyone knows? Yes? Al-Buraq. Can everyone say it? Al-Buraq. 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 And the fifth and the last one that you will be tested in, inshallah, and I need everyone knows this by part, like your name, the revelation of as-salah was in this journey. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a command for us, for the believers, for the Muslims, start praying for him in this journey. So the start of the 5 salawat or the 5 prayers as we know it now was done or revealed to our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam in this journey, رحلة الإسراء والمعراج. So I will recap again the 5 facts. The first one, we said that Al-Isra is the journey or the night journey between Mecca to Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, from Al-Masjid Al-Haram to Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. Al-Mi'raj is the journey from the earth to the heaven. The creature that was used, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to use in this journey, the name is Al-Buraq. The Salah was revealed in this journey, and the timing for the journey was before Al-Hijrah, So for the reception class, they can go upstairs now, and other classes can stay in the mosque, please. And now, inshallah, the Mufti will give us a brief historical context about the journey of Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj in little bit details, inshallah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So inshallah the reminder I'll be giving now is quite long, so we'll try to do a recap in about maybe around half an hour, 25 minutes, half an hour, so I need your attention. Inshallah, you ready for that? Yeah. Inshallah. And then after this reminder, there will be a reflection by Dr. Morsey, inshallah. And at the end, we will have a quiz. And the answers of the quiz will be given now. So you need to pay attention, inshallah. And I hope there will be some prizes as well, inshallah. And the head teacher will come for the quiz. Inshallah, we'll announce the winners most likely after Salatul Isha. Inshallah? Okay. So, Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj is 2 parts. So I'll start with Al-Isra. I've recited the verse of the Qur'an earlier. We started Surah Bani Israel. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لا تشد الرحال إلا إلى 3 مساجد: المسجد الحرام ومسجد الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم ومسجد الأقصى أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. My dear respected elders, brothers, sisters and young friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I would like to, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So I'll start by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and by sending peace and salutation on our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Now we are now in a month of Islamically month of Rajab, MashaAllah. And what's after Rajab? And then Ramadan, MashaAllah. So we're in the month of Rajab, MashaAllah. Which month is that Islamically? In order. 7th, MashaAllah, well done. 7 months of the Islamic calendar. Now in this journey, our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he traveled all the way from Masjid al-Haram to Masjid al-Aqsa, MashaAllah. And then he went up to the heavens. Now, sometimes there is some confusion between Isra and Mi'raj. Some people who don't know the full detail, they mix both together. So here I'm going to give you the definition. The first part is Al-Isra. And this is a term which is used for the night journey. This is the meaning of that. From where? From Mecca to Masjid al-Aqsa. And the term Al-Mi'raj is a term which is used for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam going from Masjid Al-Aqsa up to the heaven, mashallah. And in English you call it the ascension to the heavens. Now let's start by discussing the importance of Masjid Al-Aqsa. Masjid Al-Aqsa is a place. First of all, has any of you been to Masjid Al-Aqsa here? No, okay. Anyone's been to Masjid Al-Haram? We have? MashaAllah. Very good. Allah take all of you to all the Haramain. Haram, Mecca, Medina and Masjid Al-Aqsa. All the sacred mosques, inshallah. Say Ameen.
Ameen.
So, in the verse I've recited before you twice already, Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned that glorious is He who made His servant travel by night from Masjid Al-Haram to Masjid Al-Aqsa, and then He said the surrounding of Masjid Al-Aqsa is blessed. Not just Masjid Al-Aqsa, but الَّذِي بَارَكْنَا حَوْلَهُ. Even the surrounding area of the masjid, the compound, is also Mubarak. So that we let him see some of our sign. لِنُرِيَهُ مِنْ آيَاتِنَا. Surely He is the all-hearing and the all-seeing. So Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned the masjid by the own name of the masjid, by its own name in the Qur'an. So this is first of all showing the significance of Masjid Al-Aqsa. Allah mentioned Masjid Al-Aqsa in the Qur'an. Now there are many narrations in many books of Ahadith which mention the sacred site. In Sahih al-Bukhari there is a riwayah which is encouraging us to take a journey and to visit Masjid Al-Aqsa. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لا تشد الرحال إلا إلى ثلاثة مساجد. Abu Hurairah رضي الله عنه narrates that Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم said, a person should not set out on a journey except to three masajid. Al-Masjid Al-Haram wa Masjid Al-Rasul صلى الله عليه وسلم, Masjid Al-Nabawi in Medina, and wa Masjid Al-Aqsa, and the third one is Masjid Al-Aqsa. So mention have been made of those three sacred sites in the hadith. So when a person follows this hadith and visit Masjid Al-Aqsa, there is a high reward for it. In Sahih al-Bukhari is mentioned that حدثنا إبراهيم التيمي عن أبيه قال سمعت أبا ذر رضي الله عنه قال قلت يا رسول الله أي مسجد وضع في الأرض أول. So Abu Dharr radiallahu anhu says, I said to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, who's talking? Who's talking to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam? Abu Dharr. Okay? So he is questioning the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He's saying, O Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, which was the first mosque, which was the first masjid built and established upon the earth, entire earth? And then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam replied, what did he reply? Masjid al-Haram. He replied, Al-Masjid al-Haram. But then Abu Dharr radiallahu anhu, he wanted to know more, so he said, okay, what is the next one? Which one was next? So then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam replied, Masjid al-Aqsa. And then he asked another question. He said, between both, between Masjid al-Haram and Masjid al-Aqsa, in between the two, how much time was there? Between the two were built. The Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said there was, how many years anyone? 40 years. So 40 years later, after Masjid al-Haram, Masjid al-Aqsa was built. Then Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, whenever the time comes for salah, read salah there because there is good in it. Okay, now from this hadith, we can see that Masjid al-Aqsa was the second mosque, the second masjid to be built on earth, and only 40 years after Masjid al-Haram. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, now we're going back to the night journey, okay, which is called Isra. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he was resting in Al-Hatim, okay, which is the one part of the Kaaba, which is like half moon circle, okay, which is open, and people can still go in and pray. So he fell asleep there. Then Jibreel alayhi salam and Mikael alayhi salam, the angels, they came and they woke him up, okay? They woke him up and they took him to the well of, what is the famous well there? Famous well. Zamzam, mashallah. So he took him to the well of Zamzam. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam again, he was lying down and his chest, his blessed chest was split open. Was split open. Can you imagine? There was no, now we have a doctor here. There was no doctor or theater or a surgery or a hospital. No, just there. Open sky. So he had an open surgery, and not only that, they removed his heart. Subhanallah. And what did they do with his heart? They washed it with the water of Zamzam. And then a tray was brought, a golden tray was brought. And it's mentioned that this tray was full of wisdom and faith. They filled Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam's heart with this faith and wisdom, and they replaced and put back his heart in his body. Now, our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam is Khatamun Nabiyyin. He is the final prophet. He is a seal of prophethood, and that seal of prophethood was placed between his shoulders. Okay? And this is to prove that he is a final prophet. Now, he was needing to go for this special journey. How did he go there? There was no plane, there was no rocket, there was no helicopter. So there was needing a mode of transport. So then, what happened? Then a creature, Allah Azza wa Jal sent a creature which was called, that we mentioned earlier, Al-Buraq. Okay? So the prophets before that, they also used to ride on these animals, some of them. Now, what is Al-Buraq exactly in our days? Is smaller than a mule. Do you know what a mule is? Yeah, so it's slightly smaller than a mule, but it's slightly larger than a donkey. And it was white in color. Okay? In another narration, it's also saying that the Buraq has two wings. Okay? And it could go so fast that it could travel the distance from what you can see. Now we are in a building. Let's say you are at the beach and you are looking at the horizon, and the furthest part that you can see with your naked eye, right? The furthest part you can see. For example, you're looking at the sky even. That Buraq, in one step, it could travel a distance. Subhanallah. Can you imagine that? In one step only. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he mounted on that animal. What happened? The Buraq started to misbehave. What he has to do? He started to misbehave. So Jibreel alayhi salam, the angel, he was there. And he addressed the Buraq. And he said, what kind of misbehavior is this? Until today, we have never seen any servant of Allah more respected and more honored than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who's sitting on your back. So out of shame, the Buraq started to sweat. He started to sweat. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam then left on the back of the Buraq, and he was accompanied by two angels. Who were they? MashaAllah. Jibreel and Mikael alayhi salam. Okay. It was in this, subhanallah, dignity that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam left for this miraculous journey. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam now, he left Masjid al-Haram. Where did he reach now? Masjid al-Aqsa, also known as Baytul Maqdis. Bayt al-Maqdis. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has reached, is also known as the land of the prophets. The land of the prophets. Okay. So he came out of the Buraq, and in a hadith is mentioned that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam ordered to tie the Buraq, to tie it, because if you don't tie it, what's going to happen? The Buraq will we'll go. Yeah, we'll fly, we'll go away. So it's also mentioned, subhanAllah, I've been to Masjid Al-Aqsa. There is a specific location, they show you there, and there is a ring, like a ring. They used to tie, the prophets used to tie their animal there. And that place, until today, you can see it there. So, it's mentioned in the hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came into the Masjid Al-Aqsa. And what happened? All the prophets, all the Anbiya alayhi salam, all the messengers, they were already there, waiting for the arrival of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now see, if some of you are feeling hot, if you have a jacket, you can open it and take it, make yourself comfortable. You'll be here for another hour, then you're feeling sleepy. You can open it up, inshallah. If you have chewing gum in your mouth, I can see many of you, please be careful. Don't put it in the carpet, inshallah, yeah? Jay. Okay, so what happened, what were we saying? Who were waiting for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? All the prophets, okay? And amongst them there were Ibrahim alayhi salam, Musa alayhi salam, Isa alayhi salam, etc., etc. Now, someone give adhan. What is called one who give adhan? What is his name? Title? No, in general. Someone who give adhan is known as a? Someone who perform the prayer is known as a? Imam. And someone who give adhan is known as a? Imam. Mu'adhin, okay? So the mu'adhin gave adhan and iqamah. Everybody stood up. Everyone stood up in line, in rows. And there was no imam appointed. The adhan is given, iqamah is given. It's time for prayer. But there was no, who's going to lead the prayers? It's all the Prophet, greatest man on earth, chosen by Allah Azza wa Jal. So then it's mentioned that Jibreel alayhi salam, he took the hand of Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and he made him go forward to lead all the Anbiya in Salah. But then, at that point, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam didn't know that all the prophets were there. So after he finished the Salah, Jibreel asked him, did you know who's behind you? To the nearest meaning. Then he said no, and then told him that all the Anbiya alayhi salam were there praying behind him. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam left the masjid, and then he was presented with two, according to some maybe two bowls, more than one bowls. You know, like a bowl of cereal or milk, for example. So one of them, it had milk in it. What did it have? Milk. And the other one had? Alcohol or wine. Had wine, more specifically wine. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he had to make a choice. And what did he choose? Milk. The bowl of milk, mashallah. And then Jibreel alayhi salam told him that you have chosen the natural religion, al-fitra, the natural religion, the true religion. If he had, what happened if the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam did not choose milk? Instead, if he chose wine, what would have happened to us today?
We would be drinking.
So then, he told him, if you did choose the wine, then your ummah, your people would have gone astray. So, let's now talk about the other part. What is the other part now? Isra is over now. Yeah, we came to an end. Now we're going to talk about Al-Mi'raj. Okay. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, now he made his way to the heavens. With who? Accompanied with? Jibreel alayhi salam mainly, okay? Now, you can see the sky. You can all see the sky, yeah? How many skies are there? One that we can't see, but behind or seven skies, mashallah. So, anyway, he came to the first sky. We can't see it here. You can't see it. But there is a door. How is the door? Allahu A'lam. Yes? Yes, past the space. So, he reached the door of the first sky, or the first heaven, and it was asked at the doorkeeper or the gatekeeper, who is this? He says, it is Jibreel. And he said, who's with you? He says, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Then he asked him, was he sent with you? Was he invited to come? He said, yes. Then they welcomed him and they made dua for him. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam entered the first heaven. What did he enter there?
The first heaven.
And he saw someone who was wise. Do you understand the word wise?
Yeah.
Wise person. So Jibreel alayhi salam, he told Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, who was this person? Anyone? Who was this person? Adam alayhi salam. Okay? MashaAllah. So, are you all following me? Are you tired? Okay, we'll give you a break after inshallah, okay? So this is Adam alayhi salam, and then Adam alayhi salam, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam greeted him, okay? And Adam alayhi salam replied to him by saying, welcome, pious son and pious messenger, marhaban bil ibn salih wa nabi salih. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, then Adam alayhi salam made dua for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Now we'll move a bit faster. Then after the first heaven, where did he go to the? Okay, same protocol. The gatekeeper asked who it is, who's with you, Jibreel, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then welcome him, etc., etc. And then who did he meet there? Prophet? What is the name of our brother who's doing the security outside? Anyone know? Yahya, mashallah. Well done. Yahya, okay, Yahya alayhi salam and Isa alayhi salam. You did, I think you said Isa, yeah? Mashallah, well done. So anyway, same protocol. They send a greeting, they reply to the greeting, welcome, pious brother and pious messenger. Then he was lifted to which heaven now? And every time there was the same protocol. So now, the third heaven, he saw someone whose face was as bright as the full moon. Did you see the full moon, how it looked like?
Yeah.
So, and then he asked, who is this? To Jibreel. And Jibreel said, it is, who it is? Who was it? Yusuf, mashallah, Ibn bin Yaqub alayhi salam. Then he went to the, and who did he meet there? Idris alayhi salam. Okay? So then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam read an ayah of the Qur'an, وَرَفَعْنَاهُ مَكَانًا عَلِيًّا. We raised him to a high place. Then he went to which heaven now? Fifth heaven, mashallah. Again with Jibreel alayhi salam. And who did he meet there? Harun, the son of Imran. Harun ibn Imran alayhi salam. Then he went to which heaven? Sixth heaven. And he saw someone, according, who was a darker complexion. And who was he? He asked, who is this person? And he was told it is the Prophet, one of the great prophets, who's mentioned quite a lot in the Qur'an. Who's Fir'aun. Musa alayhi salam, mashallah. And then, finally, he reached the seventh heaven, and he saw an elderly person who sat there. Okay? And that elderly person, anyone know who he was? MashaAllah, Ibrahim alayhi salam. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, even he found that Ibrahim was looking very similar to himself. Okay? So, when you reach the seventh heaven, yeah, there is a door there. Is a door of, you know, when you go to Makkah al-Mukarramah, what do we have there? You tawaf around the Kaaba. So now, right direct't above the Kaaba, you have another Bayt. It's called Bayt al-Ma'mur. Bayt al-Ma'mur. So in English you can translate it as a frequented house. It's directly above the Kaaba. And it is the Qibla for the angels. Our Qibla is? Yeah, what are we facing? The Kaaba, and they are facing Bayt al-Ma'mur. Every day, according to the narration, 70,000 angels perform tawaf of the house there, and they don't return till the day of Qiyamah. This is to show how many angels Allah Azza wa Jal has created. So, now Ibrahim alayhi salam again greeted him and replied, etc. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam went where? Where did he go? Finally to that?
There's a very big tree.
MashaAllah. Very big tree by the name of the Lord tree. The Lord tree in English, Sidratul Muntaha. Sidratul
Muntaha.
MashaAllah. So, this is the furthest Lord tree. And this is an amazing tree. Why is it amazing? Asma bin Abu Bakr radiallahu anha, she mentioned, I heard the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam saying, he was mentioning the Lord tree, and this is the almost boundary. Okay? He said, if someone is traveling, someone is riding and traveling in the shade of one of the branch, you can imagine how many branches you will have. Just one branch. If you are traveling under one branch, under that tree, you know how long it will take? How long? What is the furthest country you can imagine in this world? The furthest country from the UK, from Scotland. China, you think? Okay. How many hours do you think it will take to fly there?
Probably like 1 week.
1 week. Probably 10 hours. Probably 10, 15 hours, okay? So maximum, the furthest country will be 24 hours, yeah? So here he's saying 100 years. How many years?
100!
This is just under a branch of that tree. And is also, okay, to the next hadith we mentioned, the fruit. Okay, we'll skip the description of the tree because we don't have much time and you guys look tired. Now, I'll just mention a hadith where it's mentioned that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam reached Sidratul Muntaha. Okay, on that night, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was given 3 gifts. How many? 3 gifts. And in this hadith, he's mentioned the 3 gifts. First of all, he's mentioned the first gift he was given was, anyone? The 5 daily salah, obligatory. Then he was also given the last verses of Suratul Baqarah. Okay, وَعُطِيَ خَوَاطِمْ Surah Al-Baqarah, and also وَغُفِرَ لِأُمَّتِهِ الْمُقْحِمَاتِ مَا لَمْ يُشْرِكُوا بِاللَّهِ شَيْئًا. Allah Azza wa Jal pardoned the major sins for our ummah as long as we don't commit shirk and kufr. We don't associate anything to Allah. Now, we'll finish on that. The salah we have, the 5 daily salah, do you know what was the initial amount of salah we had? 50, mashallah. This was a gift, okay, from Allah Azza wa Jal. So Rasulullah sallam took the gift from Allah Azza wa Jal, and he came down, he started coming down to the earth, and he met Ibrahim alayhi salam first. But Ibrahim alayhi salam did not question him about anything about the command or anything. Then he met a prophet. Who did he meet? Prophet Musa alayhi salam. Okay? Musa alayhi salam told him that mashallah is great, but your ummah, they will not manage to bear that load of 50 salah. So you need to go back to Allah and ask Allah to reduce it. So he went back to Allah, Allah reduced it by 5. It became how many now? 45. Then he went down. On his way down again, he met who? Musa alayhi salam. He told him, still too much. You need to go back to Allah. He went back to Allah, and Allah reduced by 5 again. It became how many? 40. Then he went back, he met Musa alayhi salam again, and he told him it's too much, etc., etc. So 35, 20, 25, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and then it was 5 salah. See, when he was coming back with 5 salah again, Musa alayhi salam told him, it's still too much, and your people will not be able to follow this command. So you need to go back to Allah and ask Allah to reduce it again. However, our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, I have asked Allah to reduce it again and again and again and again and again, and now I feel ashamed, I am embarrassed to go back to Allah, and I will not be going back. Okay? So this is the answer he gave him to the nearest meaning. So subhanallah, Allah reduced the salah from 50 to 5. However, the command has been reduced. However, Allah Azza wa Jal is Kareem, Allah Azza wa Jal is generous. The reward is still the same. Subhanallah. Say Allahu Akbar. So you pray 5 salah every day, but we are getting the full reward of how many salah? Subhanallah. Right. So, okay, this hadith about this, but we'll move forward. So when he came back to Makkah Mukarramah, the Quraysh were there. The people of Makkah, they did not believe him. They could not believe how is it possible that in one night he went from here to there, etc. So they started to clap. So the Quraysh said that he's gone back from Bayt al-Maqdis in one night to the heaven. It took us 1 month in those days from Mecca to Syria to Asham. They say it took us 1 month. How long? There was no plane, walking or camel or whatever. He said, how is it possible in one night he goes from Mecca to Bayt al-Maqdis and to the heaven? So they did not believe him. So they start questioning him about the journey, etc. And they asked him to bring some evidence, some proof. And he mentioned a story about a camel that was lost and that's going to come back in Mecca after 3 days. But I'll skip all this to save some time. But what I will do now, I would like to conclude by summarizing the importance of Masjid al-Aqsa. So number one, Masjid al-Aqsa, listen carefully everyone, was built how many years after Kaaba?
40.
MashaAllah. Number two, Masjid al-Aqsa is amongst how many holiest mosques we have? How many sacred mosques we have? And amongst them, which position is Masjid al-Aqsa? Third, MashaAllah, in Islam. And Masjid al-Aqsa is not just that gold dome that you can see. The entire compound is Masjid al-Aqsa. Okay? And even the surrounding area is also counted as Al-Haram al-Sharif. And another special fact that we learn from there is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam led who? Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In this earth, he led all the Anbiya alayhi salam in prayer over there, all in one prayer. And Masjid al-Aqsa also was the first what? The first? Qibla, MashaAllah. The first Qibla. In fact, if you've been to Medina, anyone has been to Medina al-Munawwara? Yeah, MashaAllah. There is a special masjid there. What is the name of the masjid? Masjid al-Qiblatayn. Masjid? What does Qiblatayn mean? Two Qibla. So what does that mean, two Qibla? That means initially they used to, from that masjid, they used to face Masjid al-Aqsa, and then the command, the order of Allah came when they have to face Kaaba. And then in the Salah they turn, and even if you go there today, you can see on top there is like a symbolic musalla, and it's showing the direction of Al-Aqsa. Anyway, moving forward, in fact, because we're talking about that, in the month of Ramadan, we will have on one night, we will have an imam coming from Medina al-Munawwara, and that imam, he is imam of that masjid, Masjid al-Qiblatayn in Medina al-Munawwara. He'll be coming to AMIC, inshallah. Also, a special fact about Masjid al-Aqsa, there is so many prophets that are buried there. There are so many Sahaba, they are also buried there. Okay? Now, also, it is also mentioned that Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ishaq alayhi salam, there is an area called Al-Khalil, right? And Yaqub alayhi salam, they are buried there with their wives as well. It's also mentioned, Bayt al-Laham, Bethlehem, is an area where, who was born there? Isa alayhi salam, mashallah. So let's all try, inshallah, make intention today, tonight, that we will learn more about Masjid al-Aqsa, inshallah? Yes, and we'll all try to visit Masjid al-Aqsa. You all ma'soom, you are innocent, you are children. Make dua to Allah. Allah, I want to visit Masjid al-Aqsa. I want to visit Masjid al-Aqsa with my family, with my friend. So make an intention to visit the 3 sacred mosques. May Allah Azza wa Jal protect the masjid, the blessed land, the people of Al-Aqsa. May Allah Azza wa Jal free them from all troubles. Ameen. May Allah Azza wa Jal reward those people who are steadfast and living there and protecting the masjid. And may Allah Azza wa Jal accept and give reward to everyone. Ameen wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillah.
Okay, children, can everyone be seated back, please? Everyone? Everyone? Can you sit all back? بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين وإمام النبيين ورحمة الله للعالمين سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. So the first fact we had today is the time of Isra and Mikraj. Can anyone tell me when was Isra and Mikraj? When was Isra and Mikraj? What is your name? When was Isra and Mikraj? Before Al-Hijrah, yes. So before Al-Hijrah, there is 1 year which called the sadness year or soul year or Amal Huzn. Anyone knows why this year was named with this name? The sadness year or the Amal Huzn. Anyone knows why it was named with this name? Yes? Not all of them. Yes? He lost his wife and? Yes. What is the name of the wife of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? What is the first wife for? No? Sayyida Khadija, the mother of believers, Sayyida Khadija radiallahu anha. And what was his uncle's name? Abu Talib. What was the impact of both of them on his life sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Why it was very hard for him to lose both of them? Anyone knows? Yes? MashaAllah. It's good that everyone is listening to this and no one have a side talk, please. So both of them are representing the internal and external support for Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. His wife is supporting him in-house, and his uncle is protecting him from the tribes of Quraysh and from the disbelievers as well. And losing both of them in the same year was very hard for Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam decided to make da'wah beyond Mecca, and he went to a place. Anyone knows what is the name of this place? Yes? No, it's something around Mecca. Yes?
AMIC?
No. He went to Al-Ta'if. He went to Al-Ta'if to make da'wah for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But unfortunately, they sent the kids and slaves from him with stone until he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam bled. And it was very hard for him. And when he wished to go back to Mecca, the disbelievers, they prevented him to go to his home and his town. And it was very hard for Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, right? Now they are preventing him from a small town, from a small home. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewarded him with the all heavens. And this gave us a very important lesson. Inna ma'al usri yusra. When there is a hardness, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the blessing and the aid when we have patience, So the second word that I need to reflect with you on today, inshallah, is the practicality or the practical measure, or to do what you should do. So what was the name for the creature that Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used in his journey? Can everyone say it? Al-Buraq. So this is not a usual animal on the earth. It's a creature from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this animal, as Mufti said, is smaller than the donkey and larger than the mule, right? And when he is when he reached Baytul Maqdis, he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam pointed him to the wall of Qur'an. But if you think about this, would he should do this? If you are in his place, would you do this? Would you try to tie this animal to the wall? I would say most of the people wouldn't do this, right? Because this is a special creature from Allah, and he should know what he should do, right? But what is the lesson we need to learn here? Yes. you need to do your job and practicality for this in your life, even though it's something beyond your capability. So our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, even in this minor situation, he is doing what he should do, right? And then he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam prayed in Masjid al-Aqsa with all prophets. And this gives us a very important lesson, another important lesson, which is the unity of the religion, the unity of the message from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the time of Adam alayhi salam up to the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It's one religion. It's what? And what is the name of this religion? Islam. All prophets from the time of Adam alayhi salam to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came with two important principles. What is the most two important principle in our religion? The first is ibadatullah, worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And all the prophets from the time of Adam alayhi salam up to our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, every one of them came to teach his followers to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what was the other important thing that all the religion came for? Anyone knows? The good manners and good qualities. Good manners and good qualities. To be a good person on this earth. All religion came to teach everyone that you need to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to have good qualities. And the good believer is the one who have better manners and good qualities. And when you reflect on this ayah in Surah Al-Isra, so in Al-Quran Al-Kareem, the event of Isra and Mikraj was mentioned in two surahs. Can anyone tell me what is the two surahs that mentioned Al-Isra and Mikraj? Surah Bani Israel, and what is the other name for this surah? Al-Isra. Surah Al-Isra. What is the other surah that mentioned Al-Isra and Mikraj? No. Surah Al-Najm. Surah Al-Najm, the star. So these two surahs are Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed about this event of Isra and Mikraj. And if you read this first ayah of Surah Al-Isra and Mikraj, now you need to think about this. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring his Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to Sidrat al-Muntaha, to the place where no creature have been reached. It's the highest status that any human being can reach, right? He should give him the best title in this ayah, right? What is the title for our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in this ayah? Anyone memorize Surah Al-Isra? Any one of you? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in this surah, Abdahu, his servant, his slave. And this is the highest status for any human being, is to be a servant for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when you are a servant for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is rewarded? Is Allah rewarded by your worship? No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't need us. We need Him. And it's a reward for us to be a servant and a slave for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then if you read this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Asra bi'abidihi layla. And the name or the word Asra, anyone knows what is the meaning of this? It's the night journey, right? If the word Asra means the night journey, would it needed to say again at the night? Does it make any sense? So does it make any sense to say he took him in this night journey at the night? Is there any meaning for a repetition of night? Huh? Yes, there is. In the Arabic language, when we have nakira, when we have the word layla, this means it was very small amount of the night. Very small amount of the night. This huge journey from al-Masjid al-Haram to al-Masjid al-Aqsa, which the disbeliever described to our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, it took from them 1 month to go and 1 month to come back. And the journey from the Masjid al-Aqsa to the heavens, and no one knows how much it would take Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes this with Layla. قال الإمام الزمخشري صاحب الكشاف النكرة, or giving here the word Layla, to give us the sense or the meaning that it was very few amount of time at night. Okay? Then, if we go for this revelation in Surah Al-Najm, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, ثُمَّ دَنَا فَتَدَلَّى فَكَانَ قَابَ قَوْسَيْنِ أَوْ أَدْنَى فَأَوْحَى إِلَى عَبْدِهِ مَا أَوْحَى إلى أن قال الله سبحانه وتعالى وَلَقَدْ رَآهُ نَزْلَةً أُخْرَى. So many Muslims, when they read this ayat, they think that this ayat of being very close is being very close to Allah. But the meaning here is that he saw Jibreel alayhi salam, Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam. So it's not Allah, it's about Jibreel alayhi salam. But the pronoun in the later ayat, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the other ayat, it came to him subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was asked by Sayyidina Abu Zar al-Ghifari, قال سألت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم هل رأيت ربك؟ قال نور أن أرى. When he describes this moment of revelation of Salah, the direct revelation without anyone in between him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he describes this moment that he saw by his heart a light. Right? So the next part that I need to reflect on is the strong belief of Sahaba in our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he said to the disbelievers of Quraysh that he traveled from Masjid al-Haram to Masjid al-Aqsa, what they said to him in one news? What do you expect? Not possible, yes. And this is why in Surah Al-Isra, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala started the surah with the word Subhan. It's just to give us an answer when anyone is in doubt how this could happen. Because who did this? Is it a Rasul or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah could do anything. Nothing is impossible for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when they go to Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu and saying to him, oh look to your friend who claims that he traveled from Mecca to Al-Masjid al-Aqsa at night, and we do this for 1 month or 2 months, Yaman or Ju'an. They said, if he said, I believe him. If he said, I believe him. And what does it mean? That Sahaba, even for the things that we could imagine that it's impossible, only because our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, say alayhi salatu wasalam, only because he said it, we believe in it. So we believe in everything that revealed to our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Another lesson we need to learn, brothers and students here, is to be humble. So let's say I will give you an example. Now, if any one of you has the opportunity to meet the King of Britain, how he would behave with his other friends? How would he behave? He will have a little bit arrogance, right? He is having a higher status because he is meeting a king or something. But what would be the case if you meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. But he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, did he have this arrogance? No. He was always humble. And يقول الشاعر ما كان عداس ليؤمن قلبه لو لم يجده السكر العناد سبحان من أسرى به ليلا ومن أدناه من قوس الجلالة قاب وارتد من أعلى ليقصف نعله ويطعم الفقراء والأصحاب. He sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the man who was awarded with this highest opportunity to be in this place, he came down to the earth with complete humble to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he opened Mecca, do you know how he entered Mecca? Anyone knows? He entered Mecca tilting his head down with complete humbleness. He hasn't any arrogance, wa'iyadu billah. Always he was humble sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And I will end my talk with this beautiful words of Shawqi rahimahullah. أسرى بك الله ليلا إذ ملائكه والرسل في المسجد الأقصى على قدمي لما خطرت به التفوا بسيدهم كالشهب بالبدر أو كالجند بالعلم صلى وراءك منهم كل ذي خطر ومن يفت بحبيب الله يأتمن جبت السماوات أو ما فوقهن بهم على منورة درية النجم رقوبة لك من عز ومن شرف لا في الجياد ولا في الأينق الرسل مشيئة الخالق الباري وصنعته وقدرة الله فوق الشك والتهم حتى بلغت سماء لا يطار لها على جناح ولا يسعى على قدم وقيل كل نبي عند رتبته ويا محمد هذا العرش فاستلم. Now it's the time for quiz, and I give the word now for your head teacher, Brother After, and I need you to concentrate with him because there will be a prize inshallah for all of you.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
So I hope you have been paying very careful attention because now it is time for the quiz, inshallah. So on the screen you'll see the questions, and I'll say the question out and explain it slightly for those who are slightly younger. Okay? The questions on the quiz are all based on what you have learned in the past 1 hour. So first, before we get into the quiz, you should all thank and say Jazakallahu khairan to Sheikh Mustafa. But alhamdulillah, through his efforts and through his worries, we have had this event today wherein you have all benefited greatly, and inshallah ta'ala you have learned a lot about the seerah of Nabiil sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and hopefully it has created in your heart a desire to even learn more and more about the seerah, inshallah ta'ala. Before we start, at the edge of your rows I have put some pens or pencils and a piece of paper. So please take, Musa, wait. The person at the end, take a paper and pass it down, and take a pen and pass it down, please. Please remain silent while we're waiting. Give 1 or 2 minutes to see the people of the screen. If not, just read the questions out. We're going to have 1 minute for each question, so make sure you pay attention and answer as fast as you can. The winner, the top 3 of the quiz, will get a prize, inshallah ta'ala.
Do you want me to take 1/2 and I can start from the other side?
Like this? Not just have one pass. Have one. This.
Very silent, please. If you look on the screen, you can see the quiz. Yes? Isra and Mikraj quiz. So inshallah we'll be starting in 10 seconds. Make sure you're all ready. Has anyone not got a pen or paper? Put your hands up, please. Have you all got a pen and paper now?
Are you in the left? Master Muhammad, can you get 2 people? Ustad is going to ask a question, you're going to write.
Yes, there's a 10-minute, 10-question quiz.
You're going to write answers on it, okay?
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, the way to start. No cheating, no sharing answers. Try your best. There's no looking. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yes. Question number 1. In which month did the event of Isra and Mikraj take place? You have to just write one letter, okay? Is it A, Ramadan, B, Dhul Hijjah, C, Rajab, or D, Muharram? So in which month did it take place? Is it A, Ramadan, B, Dhul Hijjah, C, Rajab, or D?
A, B, C, D. You have to write the letter, that's it. Write number 1, write 1, and then write the letter. Write 1 and then write the letter.
Please write your names on the top of the paper as well.
Don't say, just write it down.
Write your name on the
and
top
then
of the
write the
paper.
letter. Write 1 and then write the letter. Write 1 and then the letter.
Okay, question number 2. Silence, please. Yes, what does the word Isra mean? Is it A, the ascension, B, the night journey, C, the night, or D,
Write 2 and then write the answer. Write 2.
special horse?
Then the letter. Write number 2 and then the letter. Write 2 and then the letter. Write 2 and then the letter. Write number 2 and then the letter. Write 2 and then the letter. Good, well done. Mashallah. Write 2 and then the letter. Good, that's it. Well done, Abu. Very good. Now write the letter. What do you think? Don't tell me, just write it down. Just write it down. Now,
Okay, next
write 2
question.
and then the letter.
Question number
2
3.
and then the letter.
What does the word
See,
Mi'raj
now.
mean?
We're going to be quick.
Yes, what does the word Mi'raj mean? Is it A, the ascension, B, the night journey, C, the day, or D, the sun? Mi'raj? What does the Mi'raj mean?
And then number 3 and then the letter.
Is it A, the ascension, B, the night
3 and the
journey,
letter.
C, the day, or D,
Well done,
the sun?
Zahiyan. Well done, good. Write 3 and then the letter. Just write 3 and then the letter. What do you think it is? Good, well done, Zahiyan. Well done, Muhammad. Very good. Well done, Musa.
Okay, next
Well done,
question.
high five.
Question number 4. Al-Buraq is an angel, A, an angel, B, a heavenly creature, C, a superhero, or D, a camel. So the question is, Al-Buraq is it
4
A,
and then the letter. Write 4
an angel, B, a heavenly creature,
4 and then the
C,
letter.
a superhero,
4 and then the
or
letter.
D, a camel?
If you just write you don't have to write the whole word, you just write the letter A, B, C.
Whilst we're waiting for the screen to
A,
come
B, C,
back
or D.
on,
You don't write the whole thing.
whilst we're waiting for the screen to come back on, mention a hadith that just came to mind. Once the Prophet ﷺ and some companions were sat eating a type of food they had. I believe it was called Jummal. It was like a syrup that used to come from the date palm trees. So whilst they were eating this, the Prophet ﷺ asked that which tree is such that it never dies? Which tree is such that it never dies? All the Sahaba were pondering and thinking, and they could not think of the answer. They were thinking and thinking, and they said, we don't know. The Prophet ﷺ told them, here Nakhla, this is a date palm tree. Anyhow, later on, when Umar radiallahu ta'ala and his son got home, Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, the son Abdullah said to his father Umar that I knew the answer. But out of shyness, I didn't answer because there was such great Sahaba there, so I did not say the answer out loud. When the Prophet asked the question, he knew the answer, but he did not answer. He did not say the answer out of shyness and humility because there was a great Sahaba there. So Umar radiallahu ta'ala, he said to him that I wish that you had said the answer, and if you had done so, it would have made me so happy. And he mentioned, I can't remember the exact words, he mentioned something that is better for me than the word or something like this he mentioned. So anyhow, no matter your age, if you study hard and you listen carefully, inshallah you can know and you can have more knowledge than those who are older than you as well. Just as Ibn Umar radiallahu ta'ala at a young age, he knew more and he knew this answer even though the great Sahaba did not know. So never let your age be a limit on you. And we also learn the Prophet ﷺ asked questions to the Sahaba. So maybe we could say this type of quiz is a similarity between what the Prophet ﷺ did with the Sahaba. And at times we ask questions. Anyhow, the next question, let's step up to the screen. Bismillah. Where did the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ go first from Al-Masjid al-Haram? Was it A, to the first heaven? Was it B, to the seventh heaven? C, Masjid al-Aqsa? Or D, to Medina al-Munawwara?
5 and then the letter 5 and then A, B, C or D.
Question number 5, yes.
5, A, B, C or D. Well done, mashallah.
Okay, next question.
5 and then the letter 1.
Name 3 prophets who Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam met on his journey of Al-Mi'raj. Name any of the 3 prophets he met. I'm not going to give you options now, you have to remember. On the different levels of the heavens. And to get bonus points, with the prophet's name, write which level of the heaven he met them on. So for example,
Write number 6 and then write the name of the
whichever
prophets.
prophet,
3 prophets. Write number 6
heaven
and
he met
then the
them.
name of the
First, second,
prophet.
third, yes.
Write number 6, question 6. And then
3.
write the name
You
of
have to write
3
3
prophets. 3
and
prophets.
for the bonus point with the name of the prophet,
If it's
write the
2 4,
letter
you
of
can
the
use number
heaven he
6.
met them on.
So write 6 and then write the name of the prophets. Okay? 3 prophets. 3 of the prophets that we spoke about.
Okay, so any 3 prophets that the Prophet ﷺ met on his journey, along with the level of heaven he met them on.
Who did he see? He met so many prophets. You have to write 3 of the prophets he met.
I'll give you an extra minute in this question. Do not discuss.
Write 6 and write the name of the 3
Yes, 6
prophets
points.
he met. Allah. You want to write Allah? Ah. Just write down the best
I'll give you
one.
10 more seconds. Okay, next question. How many gifts was Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam given on this night? Was he given A, 1 gift, B, 2 gifts, C, 3 gifts, or D, 4 gifts? How many gifts was he given?
This is 7, yeah, right? 7 and then A, B, C, D. 7, A, B, C, D. 7, A, B, C, D. Well done, Abhiyan, very good. 7 and then write the letter. 7, A, B, C, D.
Okay, next question. What number is it? 8, yes, number 8. Write down one gift Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was given. I'm going to change it to all 3 because I've seen, mashallah, they're doing so well. The question is now, write down all 3 gifts Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was given.
This is 8.
Write down all the gifts.
And then write the gift that was given. What gift was given? Was he given Mars bars, Twix?
Number 8, yes.
Write the gift that he was given. Write 8 and then the gift that he was given.
So write down all the gifts Nabi sallallahu alayhi
Write
wa sallam was
8
given.
and then the gifts that he was given. PlayStation, Xbox, what was he given? Write down what gift he was given.
No, I've changed the question so now write down all the gifts. However many there were.
Did listen to this story, what he was given? I don't think the Prophet was given a PS4.
What happened?
The word Muhammad was not.
What gift was he given? Right there. Huh? That's okay.
Okay, next question. Next question, right?
And the question 8. No, you wrote 8. 8.
Number 9. Who was the first companion to believe in the story? When the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came back from Mecca and started telling the story, who was the first person to believe in the story? Was it A. Ali radiallahu anhu? B. Uthman radiallahu anhu? C. Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu?
9
Or
A, B,
D.
C, or
Waraqa
D.
bin Nawfal?
Well done,
So who was the first person to testify and say it is true what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said? A. Ali,
9 and then
B.
A, B,
Uthman,
C, or D.
C. Abu Bakr, or D. Waraqa bin Nawfal radiallahu anhu?
Right, 9 A, B, C, or D. 9 A, B, C, or D. 9, yes?
No, I saw you something with the labs.
Did you? Today?
Okay, last question. Question number 10. Okay, how did the people test Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to see if he had actually been on the journey? When he came back and told the Mushrikeen that I have been from here to Masjid al-Aqsa to the heavens, how did they test him to see if he's telling the truth? What did they ask him? Or how did they test him? Yes, how did they see that is he telling the truth or not?
So this is question 10. Is it? Question 10.
Just a brief, short answer will do.
Okay, this is number 10, right? What he said. What was the evidence? What did he say?
After you have answered
Number
the
10.
last question, please
Number
write
10.
your name.
10. 10 and write
Just
down.
write your name and class on the top of your paper or the back of your paper. Even if you get all 10 questions right, there's no name, I'll get the prize instead.
Okay, so what to do is write your name and your class on the paper. Your name and class on the paper.
And once you have done,
Write your,
and you are happy with your
write your
answers,
name.
please
Yes.
hand
Well,
your
first of all, write your
question
name.
answer sheet to the front of the hall, please.
Okay, let's write your name and your class.